This is my review of Pokemon the movie, Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. This was a terrible movie. I did not like it at all. It really was a struggle just to sit through. What did I like? The Mega Evolution, it was kind of cool. I actually hadn't seen it before watching this movie, but it wasn't one of the main things throughout the movie, so it really didn't have much impact on me as a viewer. It was just kind of a cool thing here and there. The moment at the end where Meowth translates from a Yuna, it was a little bit touching, but it actually felt a bit cheap and unearned. The emotional climax or culmination of a Pokemon movie is supposed to be heart-wrenching and well earned. The movie is supposed to give you a reason to care about the characters on an emotional level, and it's not easy to do. And if you can't achieve this, if you can't get people to care about or emotionally invest in your characters or story, then the big emotional payoff at the end is not going to be there. And in this movie, like I knew when I was supposed to be emotional, but I just wasn't. The movie had done such a good job at not giving me any good reason to care about the characters, and so I didn't. There was no emotional weight to it for me. As a side note, many other Pokemon movies actually do this really well. I'd say none better than Pokemon Forever. At the end of that movie, it was very emotional. It was well earned. Now, what did I not like about this movie? The stupid chain linking Ash to Volcanion. I know they did to bring the two together because they had opposing viewpoints or whatever, but it just went on for way too long and it was actually very inhibiting to the plot. And what I mean by this is the very premise of Pokemon is to go out and explore the Pokemon world, go on a journey, adventure, discover new places, people, and Pokemon. But this link, this chain that was keeping Ash to Volcanion, it kept him like a prisoner. He couldn't go where he wanted. He was often dragged along against his will. And it was all very unnecessary and actually quite unsettling. Not to mention, it went on for far too long. I think it was over a quarter of the whole movie where we saw the main protagonist chained like a prisoner to a grouch. This is not the recipe for an exciting movie. The plot was very one-dimensional. They kept rehashing the same plot point, just going around and around in circles. And nothing new was being added as the movie progressed. The characters were still stuck in the same place, and they were not learning anything new about themselves or the world. I could see the story arc that they were trying to go for, but it was just poorly executed. They didn't quite achieve what they wanted to. And I got a big problem with the character of Volcanion. Just the contempt that he had for humans. I get it, like he was hurt and he doesn't trust them, but that's as far as his characterization went, and it got old very quickly. It's also a very unsettling angle to push for one of the main characters. It can be done well, like with Mewtwo in the Genesect movie, but that's because it wasn't overdone, and it actually served the plot of the movie very well. But when you make it the foundation of your movie's plot, it will fall apart quickly, because it's very off-putting. I'm going to rate Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel 1 out of 10. Actually, barely 1. This is by far the worst iteration of Pokemon ever put to the big screen. And I honestly don't know what happened. How did this one fall so far from grace? Because it actually had a lot of potential to be good. They had all the elements there, but they just really stuffed it up. Maybe we'll never know, but I just hope that I never have to endure something so awful from the franchise that I love so dearly. Thanks for listening to my review. Check out my channel for other videos on Pokemon and other anime.